Flipper was possibly the most famous captive dolphin on TV, and yet according to the man who trained him, it was that very captivity which killed him. That was the turning point for Rick O'Barry, dolphin trainer turned activist, and for over 40 years he has campaigned against the killing and capture of dolphins. Well, Rick joins me now. Rick, you've dedicated your life to campaigning against this sort of thing, and yet you started your life working, training dolphins. What was your relationship like with Flipper? You loved him.
Her. Flipper was a girl. Most people don't know that. But we had 5 dolphins that collectively played Flipper. The one that we used 90% of the time in the Flipper TV series was Kathy. That's her right there, actually. And that photo was taken probably 1964, something like that. And I lived there. I actually lived with them for about 10 years. And so when you're living with them 24 hours a day, it's very different than a normal dolphin trainer's job. You go in for 8 hours and you leave again. I lived right there on this set.
So what was the turning point for you? When did you turn from trainer to campaigner?
It was on Earth Day 1970. I remember it clearly. Flipper died in my arms of suicide, what I call suicide. I don't know another word to describe what is indeed self-induced asphyxiation. The audience needs to understand that dolphins are not automatic air breathers like we are. Think about that a few moments. Every breath they take is a conscious effort, and so they can end their life anytime they want to by simply not taking the next breath. And I've seen that many times in the last 50 years, at the Cove, especially in Japan. I've seen that. I see that all the time.
Let's move straight on to talk about The Cove, which is a very hard-hitting film documentary. It's won many Oscars. It's something that I can't watch. You say I'm wrong.
You have to watch it. Everybody has to watch it.
It's the thought. It's the thought of watching those dolphins being lured in and killed. What is the film really about, though? What do you want people to get from it?
It's about our relationship with nature, about how we're contaminating the planet with mercury, methyl mercury, PCBs. Yeah, there's part of it that's very graphic at the very end of the film, but if you watch the whole thing and close your eyes for that 1 minute, 2 minutes, you'll be fine.
And let's do that just for a minute. We've got an excerpt from The Cove. Let's take a brief look.
Try to do the story legally.
There it is, a little town with a really big secret. It's so bizarre what's going on over here.
When we first got in the country, we had no idea who was following us.
You think they know we're here?
We didn't know if it was the whalers, the Japanese mafia.
Somebody's behind me. I don't know who that is.
I'd never seen so many dolphins before.
The Japanese people don't even know about it.
They'd take the boats around to the secret cove that nobody could see.
They're afraid of cameras. They said if the world finds out what goes on here, we'll be shut down.
They were hiding something.
We need to get in there and film exactly what happens. We need to know the truth.
We needed people with a special set of skills to implement this mission.
They're behind me.
Let's go, let's go.
Good luck.
Underwater camera is set.
They're not being told that the free lunch meat that their children are getting are contaminated.
Let it not be said that you didn't know about it. You know about it.
If we can't fix that, there's no hope.
Okay, there's flashlights. Guards are moving. Guards are moving.
Get out of there. Get out of there now.
Rick, you say that people need to know the truth. What is happening in Taiji that people don't know about?
Well, it's ground zero for the largest slaughter of dolphins in the world and the capture of dolphins for aquariums and zoos and dolphinariums around the world. That's what keeps it going. They can get as much as $154,000 US for one dolphin.
Who's allowing this to happen?
The Japanese government.
Not the Japanese people themselves.
The Japanese people are innocent. They don't even know about it. It's a small group of people in one town, Taiji, fishing village, and not everybody in that village kills dolphins. There's about 50 to 100 men involved in this.
And there's a very hard-hitting piece in the documentary where you take some of this footage that is filmed in Taiji to the people of Japan and show them, and their reaction is one of shock.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know about it. Japan is very different. It's not a real democracy. The government controls the media. They don't want people to know about it. So that makes it very difficult. It makes it difficult for the Japanese people to rise up against this.
And the media is very powerful. You've made this film. Social media must be very powerful to get this message across as well. And some people are getting this message. SeaWorld, for example, they're changing some of their policies, which must be good news for you.
I'm a little bit skeptical. SeaWorld, they have a habit of lying about it. So
they're saying, though, that they're not going to breed killer whales anymore. Yeah,
they're saying we're going to stop breeding, and that's a wonderful thing. That's a major breakthrough. We've been trying to make that happen for 50 years. So they're saying that they're going to stop breeding one species. But I'm concerned about all of the dolphins. Size doesn't matter. They're thinking, I mean, if you only care about orcas, this is a huge, huge thing. But we want to hold their feet to the fire and make sure that they actually do this. And it's not going to make much difference though, I think there are 29 killer whales in their care. They could live for the next 40 years. So the show's going to go on for 40 years before the last one dies.
And I know that you are encouraging people not to buy, supply and demand, not to buy these tickets to go to SeaWorld and therefore want to see this sort of entertainment. But the way that you can continue to, I suppose, educate people about this is to continue making documentaries, films. But I understand there could be a film made of your life. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm just finding out about that myself. Yeah, it's very exciting. And because these films like The Cove and Blackfish are the new activism, and it moves people to action. So there's a group here in London and in Paris who want to make a film, and yeah, I'm all for that.
Rick, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming to Showcase.